The following broadcast may contain adult language and childish behavior. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. Ass bags. It's Friday night, and once again, it's time for the Budda Show. Tonight, we welcome the Wise Dragons gaming staff for an exclusive look behind the business of gaming server operations, including the history and future of Wise Dragons gaming. Featuring Larry Bell at the news desk, resident wise guy and rat commentator Tom Fasulo, Budda Rocks, that's me at Master Control, and now, live from the Budda Nation studio in Los Santos, the only YouTube talk show that makes your giggle parts jiggle, it's the Budda Show. What's going on, everybody?
Hello.
What up?
Hi, guys.
I just realized that for some reason it didn't save the ultra low latency setting, and it's on the normal latency setting, so it's going to be 10 seconds behind, so good luck with that if you're monitoring it. Oh, Tom, what's going on, man? Episode 7, can you believe it?
Time is flying.
I know. It's crazy. And what's going on there? The always lovely Miss Glittery Bell.
Hello, hello.
And of course, our guests for the evening, we have in studio with us Fernan from the Wise Dragons gaming community. What's going on, Fernan?
Not much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm very interested in tonight's subject because it's one that the viewers have, since we had Onyx on and he talked a little bit about the admin stuff, like viewers have wanted to know more about that kind of stuff. So, and then of course, joining us remotely is the one and only Razor. What's going on, brother?
Oh, just another day in paradise.
That's right. Now, where are you from?
I'm from New York.
New York. You do not sound like a New Yorker.
I'm guessing he's not a city boy.
No, I don't live in New York City. And I also have only been back for 2 years. Before that, I lived in Washington for 6.
DC or state?
State, just south of Seattle.
Awesome. Well, at least we're all in the same time zone, right?
The East Coast.
You sound like a Poughkeepsie kind of fella.
Funny thing is Tom is from New York. Am I right?
Forget about it.
That's right. So we got 2 New Yorkers in here, and then what? Belle's from Jersey, isn't she?
No, ew. That's vile. I can't believe you'd even say that.
I couldn't resist it. In my mind, you rest assured you are nothing like Snooki in my mind.
Well, I'm blonde for starters.
Yeah, well.
And I don't tan for another.
Well, okay, but fair enough. She's orange. Let's just put it out there. She's freaking orange.
Truth.
That chick glows in the dark. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. We do appreciate it. For the people at home, before we get into the chat. So tonight it's a little bit of a difference. Normally we have gamers and YouTube creators on here, but these 2 guys, they are gamers, and at least one does some stuff over on Twitch. Razor does. We'll have to. I need to figure out a way here. I'm going to figure out a way so we can get. I'm going to get your links posted in there, Razor.
All right.
If you don't mind.
Razor,
and then Fernan, of course, over here. But these 2 guys pretty much are the core. The core guys who keep the Wise Dragons community gaming servers up. Correct, boys?
That is correct.
It is correct. Now, really quickly, just real quick in 1 or 2 sentences, tell the people at home, is for the gamers, what games you guys do servers on, and like a total of just an idea of how many servers you guys are currently running.
Okay. Right now we have 8 Rust servers going. Razor runs one himself, and I run the 7 others with my partner, Predator Hunter, who couldn't join us tonight. And then we have 2 Minecraft servers running. And right now we're looking at setting up a Atlas server and a Mean Greens plastic warfare server. And in the near future, we're hoping to set up a Arma 3 server as well.
Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. And folks, I could say from experience, and there's 2 other people here as well, Tom and Bell, that can say from experience that we've been on the Rust servers, and these guys do a fantastic job of making everybody feel at home with zero toxicity, and they work their asses off to make these servers run as smoothly as possible. And some of these are heavily modded. And the fact that you guys, what you do, and you're always jumping around, it's, at least for me, and I'm sure Tom and Bell feel the same way. Thank you guys so much, because Rust was a frustration for me on a lot of other servers. And you guys have restored the ability for me to play and enjoy it again.
Well, I'm glad to do that. When I first started out running the servers, that was my goal. I didn't care for the toxicity that I ran into. I didn't like a lot of the way players would play and treat other players. And my goal was to set up my first server for newbies. And then we just branched off from there. And each one of our servers that we have running actually meets the taste of almost the variety of different aspects of the game. So we run, I want to say it's 4 PvE servers, 2 full-on PvP servers, and then we have one that runs PvE and PvP, which runs 3 days at the end of each month.
And that would be extraordinaire, right?
That is correct.
With its ridiculous, 10,000 times gather rate?
Actually, it's 100,000.
100,000. One small birch tree, and I got wood for a month.
Look at a tree, you have wood for a year.
That's right. That's
I
right.
love when that happens.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, with that said, that server is going to be reworked, and we're in the process of developing that server into something what we call the extreme PvE server. Razor, we want to expand on that a little bit.
Well, let's save that for the next segment there, if you guys don't mind. We got to get to a news story, sponsored news story first. I don't mean to cut you off there.
No problem.
But we'll get right back with these guys here in just a little bit. I'm going to turn it over now to our lovely news personality, Belle, for the first news story.
This Budda Show news segment is brought to you by San Andreas Telephone. Life happens, San Andreas Telephone. So for the first coverage, as we generally do, I'm going to cover some gaming news and then some real world news. And then, if I have a fun little pickle to throw in at the end, I do. So in PC gaming news, or in gaming news, in general this week, we have the Lunar New Year sale is coming up, where Ubisoft, I said that right, yeah, Ubisoft is going to be selling Assassin's Creed Odyssey for $30, Rainbow Six Siege for $10. MSI is launching the most powerful gaming desktop to date. The price is still not yet released. We can just imagine how much that'll be, and we'll cover that more in a moment. Fortnite is all about making music now, so it's trying to appeal to parents who think the game is too violent. Cyberpunk RTS Re-Region is out now.
Ooh. I've heard good things.
Yep. Ubisoft, in one of their prior emails regarding The Division 2, promised a, quote, real government shutdown, and now they're sending out an apology email for that. Because, we have to apologize for everyone.
Here we go.
That's the culture these days.
Yep. Subnautica Below Zero and is out in early access now. Overwatch's new Paris map has a playable piano. Sims 4 Anniversary Sale is live now for 20 to 75% off base game and expansion packs. And there's a new Overwatch Assault map in Paris that's live. All right, so let's go back and take a quick peek at the MSI computer. The monstrous PC is what it's being dubbed.
The monstrous PC. Does this come with a copy of Metro Exodus?
No, it's actually made so you can play Metro Exodus, though, I'm sure. At least reasonable graphic settings.
Don't make me start my rant early.
Emails regarding the Division 2. MSI was previously known for their Infinity X gaming desktop. That was kind of their big claim to fame. They basically gutted this and replaced every aspect of it with faster components, and basically the fastest components that money can buy. The Infinity X pairs the processor Core i9-9900K with the GeForce RTX 1080 Ti. Forgive me. You can't actually calculate out exactly how much it'll be, but the worth of just the CPU and the GPU, so just those two parts, are somewhere between $1,700 and $2,500.
Holy crap.
Yep.
I'll pass.
Let's see, right? That's what I say last week when we were talking about possibilities for computers that would run that game. It's going to cost as much as a nice used car.
So beyond those, the Infinity X9 is going to support 64 gigs of DDR4, accommodate up to 2 M2 solid-state drives, 2 3.5-inch drives, and a single 2.5-inch drive. And you can get 2 different power supplies, an 850 watt 80 plus platinum PSU, or a 550 watt 80 plus bronze model.
I'm surprised they didn't go with the 1500 unit that's out there. I know there's a 1500 watt one.
I am too, actually.
Yep.
It would make more sense.
On my current system, I'm using a 1000.
You know, that 1500, you turn your computer on, half the lights in your house dim down.
Yep.
All right, so now this part, unfortunately, I don't understand the actual internal visuals of a desktop. So for those of you who do, this part may be of interest to you. For me, I'm like, oh, that sounds great. Yeah, awesome. So they're putting all these high-end parts into 3 different chambers. This consists of the traditional top and bottom chambers for the motherboard and CPU and power supply, respectively. MSI is also mounting the graphic card vertically, which considers that to be a 3rd chamber. So now to me, that means absolutely nothing, because I'm like, yeah, I guess maybe all graphic cards are mounted vertically, which I know they're not. I've actually seen videos. They're not always mounted vertically. I understand that.
So
but
the case
they're
design
doing it
has
in 3
to have
different...
some. The case design would have to be different, because the reason why they're mounted horizontally is for the airflow, so the induct and exhaust as the fans roll through. How are they going to achieve that, mounting it vertically?
Because they're mounting it in a totally separate chamber of the build.
So the video card is going to have its own compartment, probably with its own fans.
Yeah.
It could
That's
be
basically how I
as
took
well.
the phrasing to mean. So MSI hasn't set an official release date nor confirmed the price on this, but I think we can all agree that this one will be hefty.
Oh yeah.
Probably looking at about a $4,500 unit.
And to wrap up this news story, it's speculated that purchasing video games are going to that the actual purchase of a video game is going to go to the wayside. And I'll take a quick little show of hands. Does anybody remember the very first video game they ever bought?
Yep.
Yes, I do.
Yep.
And what was that?
I'm afraid to say because it's going to date me
Go ahead.
horribly.
We know how
The
old
very
you
first. Now we're talking like full on video game, not computer app, like from a TRS 90 or Commodore. Okay.
are. Yeah, the first
So the very
actual
first
video
one
game.
was when we bought. It was a two for Christmas that year. And I think I was probably. I had to be maybe 8, 9, 10 years old. It was ColecoVision with Donkey Kong and Missile Command. Remember ColecoVision?
Nope.
It had these coil, like you have on headphones, the coil wires, and then these it looked like a TV remote hooked to it, and it had like a whole number pad on it, and then it had a spin wheel and like little triggers, bumpers on the side.
I remember that.
Okay. To show you just how old I am, my first one was a Pong table set.
Nice.
Pong.
Well, do you remember the little football handheld?
Oh, I totally
Have you
forgot
ever
about
eaten dots?
those.
Yep.
The ones that took like 200 AA batteries.
Yeah.
And it had a 15-minute
You could play
runtime on
for
it.
a half hour.
Yeah. It just little. I had one. It was some kind of soccer game, and it was the infrared looking like the red dots. It was just a bunch of red dots on the screen.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And back then we thought that was wow. Check out these graphics, yo.
And cutting edge audio to go with it too.
That's right.
The first video game that I picked out, like that I was like, oh, I want that one, was a Barbie game for the original Game Boy, which oddly enough I lost on a flight back from New Jersey. When my luggage got lost, I was a really wee one then. And the first one that I actually like took my own money, like that I had earned or got, for Christmas or something, and purchased was the Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64.
So,
I
fellas,
remember that
you
game.
realize that the Game Boy was probably a good 15 years after the ones that we've mentioned, right?
I wasn't gonna say a thing actually, but that did make me feel really
Thanks a lot,
old,
Tom.
really old when she said a Wii
Like
One
the
and Game
original
Boy.
black and white Game Boy.
I remember that.
Again, 15, 12, 13 years. Come on.
Yeah, but you
My
know what
original
though? The
was
Game Boy was
like-
ahead of its time for one reason. The mini cartridges, the little, like they were using SD sticks, and nobody realized it before they were a big thing on the market. You guys realize that, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I thought that was brilliant. You could put a bunch of them in a little, like even a little zippered canvas eyeglass bag, and carry the whole thing with you. It was awesome.
Well, so the argument, or not the argument, but the outlook, or the thought, I guess I should say, is that games are going to go more the way of Fortnite, where you have a free-to-play game, and then they make all of their money in microtransactions and new seasons. And
There
this
you
is thought
go.
to be more palatable to the average consumer because you have no initial investment.
Yeah.
I think that's back to episode 2 or 3 where I had that rant.
Yeah, about microtransactions. Yep, exactly.
Now, I'm curious to see how that pans out in countries such as Australia, where I believe, I could be wrong, and if any of the Aussies are watching in chat, please correct me. I think Dom I saw in there. They're actually illegal in Australia, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
I thought
It's
loot
either
boxes
Australia-
were illegal, not microtransactions.
You thought what now? I'm sorry.
Loot boxes, basically a gamble, like a chance to get something instead of a fixed actual item that you're buying.
That's possible. Maybe I'm thinking somewhere in Europe. There is a country, though, where microtransactions are essentially illegal. That you above the price of the actual game. Now, maybe that doesn't apply to things like Fortnite because there is no base price to the game.
Yeah, that's a good point. So what are we saying now? So like, there's no music. Like you get the very, very basic, and if you want anything at all, You need to buy it. Is that the way that Fortnite's going now?
No, they're more about making music now. So I guess there is going to be a release, or there is in the works to create almost like a digital music creators studio within Fortnite. Now, in my mind, I'm picturing people like battling out in like guitar battles.
So we're
rather
going
than
back to
shooting each
Guitar
other.
Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like what I'm picturing now. You
Well,
like
they
pelvic
got,
thrust at each other while you're shredding something super sweet, and then yeah.
I mean, they got major egg on their face when they attempted the do a new dance type thing, and then they had like the Carlton and all this other shit that people went after them for. So I don't know how music is going to pan itself out.
I see a lot of copyright strikes.
Yep. Yeah, and so I think that, well, maybe not strikes, but as a reason to get to have a more legitimacy for that whole content ID and claiming someone's entire video for 50 seconds of your music.
Well, no,
Just
I see, like, if Fortnite's going to music battles, somebody's obviously, much like the newer Guitar Heroes, where you could import songs. Somebody's going to copy a song, and YouTube's copyright systems just instantly claim the video.
Yep.
just think about how many people are going to drop mixtapes on Fortnite.
Oh, God.
Well, it doesn't
No
matter
longer will
because
you
I
be
pay
handed a
zero
mixtape
attention to
walking
that
into
game.
the mall. You won't even be able to play your video games without, yo, you want to listen to my tape? Check out my sweet hits, man.
And it's four cats yodeling to a stolen gangster beat off of YouTube.
God.
Well,
Gotta
I want
bring
for
back the little
Christmas is my
cowboy.
Fortnite merch.
Straight out of Twin Cities.
In West Seattle, born and raised.
That's right. That's right. Well, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. I mean, I guess nowadays it's about a cash grab, and these companies are going to hang in there as long as they can before something shuts them down and forces them to do things a little different, I guess.
So gaming is saying that the microtransactions are illegal in Australia.
Now in Belgium, they outlawed, like what Razor was saying, where you can't purchase like loot boxes where you're potentially gambling on what you're going to get. So that is illegal in Belgium. But it's either proposed in Australia or it's gone through in Australia. I know I've read something to that effect about microtransactions.
I don't know how
But
I feel
again,
about
I'm
that.
curious how it applies to a game that has no base price.
Yeah.
So how
Oh,
can
see.
you say?
Gaming said you could do microtransactions, but you don't think you could do loot boxes as well. Well, it's just ridiculous because they tied it to kids' impulse control, that the children lack impulse control for something like that, and that's how they're getting it banned, so to speak.
Right.
Then you just
I
see,
think you
oh,
should
I want
just
that, I
beat your
want
children
that,
more.
I got it, I gotta have it, gotta have it, and I don't know. I don't know the validity behind it. I think they just use the children as a pawn in that kind of fight for that one.
Yeah.
Well, I know I have older girlfriends who have, you know, like 8 to 15-year-old children who, they're saying, how do you get your kids off Fortnite? How do you get your kids off Fortnite? I was like, I don't know, turn off your router.
There's a lot of parent controls these days on modern modems and whatnot that you can easily flick it off, especially with like Alexa as well. I guarantee there's some integration that you can go turn off Wi-Fi access to these devices.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a matter of telling your kid no.
Mm-hmm.
Parents can't do that these days. They're so scared
Apparently
of being
not.
CPS being called on them.
Yeah. Or not being the cool parents in their kids' eyes.
All right, well, that sums it up for the newscast number 1, news stories number 1.
It was very interesting,
Again,
Belle. Thank you very
Brought
much.
to you guys by San Andreas Telephone.
San Andreas Telephone. What's the tagline again? Life happens.
Life happens.
Oh, gotta love it. And that's an expensive ass company too, man.
Well, maybe I can pitch a new tagline and they'll give us some discount, or they'll give us some additional money for plugging the time spot.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. I mean, they wouldn't even give us a discount on our studio phone service, but at least it's crystal clear because Razor's coming through crystal clear, so we can't.
Very true.
Yeah, can't argue about that. So real quick, I know that we got right into the discussion, and I completely skipped over saying hi to people in chat. Just because there's so many of you there, thank you so much for being there. We do appreciate it, and we love all the conversation you guys got going on as well. So real quick, we're going to take a break and a little commercial break, and then we'll be back, and we'll get back into it with Fern and the Razor.
He was a man at war with himself, fighting a war that someone else lost.
It's over, Tim! The war's over!
It's never over! You've seen him wipe out millions of Cambodians in Exploder. Now, Jack Howitzer is Tim in his most challenging role yet.
We're here, Tim!
A preschool for slow children?
You're the new teacher, Tim!
Special Needs Cop. It's the story of a psychotic ex-Marine showing tough love to special ed kids. One of you tards has been running Peruvian flake through the special ed school, and I'm gonna find it. No juice and cookies!
Your movies suck, Tim!
But soon, he becomes one of them.
What is this?
That's teacher's gun. You want to see it?
Cool.
Oh, you gone and shot yourself. Way to go! He was finally beginning to live a normal life. Then, all hell breaks loose.
Tim, you're so stupid. You count with your fingers.
You want to party with me? Bring it on!
Tim, what are you doing?
I fought for my country! Welcome to the land of freedom, bitches! Yeah! Special Needs Cop. He had a lot to learn.
Mikey, where are you?
Hi, you can't see me. My invisibility cloak is on.
Oh, Mikey, stop drawing pentagrams on all the doors.
The Cavern of Sorrow.
It's the fantasy game that's sweeping the country, The Cavern of Sorrow. Learn about our exciting history and have fun, too.
I'm a holy warrior on a quest. I'll kill you if you don't believe like I do. You can't beat me, stupid. I'm invisible. I got invisibility seeing glasses, dumbass. Lord Zed the Wizard gave them to me. Remember our adventure at Gash Canyon?
The Cavern of Sorrow.
Gather ye friends and embark on historical adventures.
I'll cut your head off with my sword. Oh, no, you won't. I have a metal neck given to me by Gorath of Backdar. I got him when we traveled to the nether regions of Gorthbeck. There I had 8 wives, 47 kids, and other concerns. The Cavern of Sorrow!
It's not just a game, it's a secret society of special friends. Will you find the Cavern of Sorrow, or will it find you?
The Cavern of Sorrow.
Look here, you son bitches. You listening to the Budda Show on Q92 WCTR. It's the only place for talk radio worth hearing. Hey, Charlene, bring me my beer.
And we are back. I really want to see that movie, Special Needs Cop. That sounds like something you can go see with Eugene. What do you think, Tom?
Definitely.
That sounds like something starring Eugene.
You know what? You're probably, I could see him maybe not being Special Needs Cop, but maybe the bad guy in the movie.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Would Billy be the uncle?
So what would that be? It would be to him, then it would be Eugene the nephew.
yeah, that would be it. Yep.
It took me forever to figure out what he meant by Billy McIntosh the mom and Billy McIntosh the dad.
Well, that's assuming that the family tree has branches.
That's right.
Still unsure.
That's right. By the way, thank you, Richard Pendergrass, for becoming a new channel member. Do appreciate that. So back to Fernan and Razor. I know I cut you guys off abruptly earlier. I do apologize for that. And you guys were starting to get into the backstory of Wise Dragons and how it started. So back up just a little bit and then continue with where you guys were going with that.
Okay, like I said, when I started Wise Dragons, we first called ourselves the Far Ugin Gaming Community, which was named after a clan that I came up, Pig Latin for Far Gun. And we were playing on several different servers, and we just got to the point where every server that we would join ended up being toxicity. The admins were treating players badly. I'm sure you're familiar with what I'm talking about. And
Absolutely.
I said, that's not what I'm really about. And that's not what I really want to be involved in. So I came up with the idea of starting up a server. My founding partner, W.W. Bin, who owned Wise Owl Technologies at the time, said, well, I got a couple servers here. I'll start one up for you. And with that, my goal was to set up a server that was noob friendly for newer players that come in and learn the game and be treated well. And with that philosophy, we branched off to another server, and through our community, as it was growing, we met other players and other supporters, and we just kind of expanded to what we have now, which is 8 servers. One that Razor is running, Darkness. Our 100,000th server that I was mentioning, we're doing some massive creation with that one. Razor's been working on that. Razor, you want to step in and kind of fill in the folks on what we're doing with Externeer or what the future plan is with that server?
Well, the future plan for that one is to create something that's more of a challenge. We have a lot of players that are very familiar with a lot of the PvE servers and how very lax they are. And with needing some extra TLC, I decided to try and go along the lines of creating the hardest server that I could think of. Absolutely slashing the hell out of the loot tables, making the gather rates lower, just making it a prolonged server instead of something where you're instantly getting AKs and just walking about willy-nilly. Just wanted something that was really hard for the players out there who like Rust, who want something that's more of a challenge.
I'm very excited about that, by the way, too.
As am I. I like challenges. Right now, we've been playing Battle Royale on our vanilla and chocolate swirl server.
And I'm just saying, my team, 2-time champ.
That's
Subtle plug.
1.5, maybe.
We'll give it 1.5.
I was killed by my teammate. It doesn't count.
A death is a death.
That was an accident, and I do apologize, Bill.
In the heat of war, sometimes there's friendly fire. It happens.
But our last, what she's referring to is our last game that we played, which was just the other night, was a wonderful, fantastic time. Everybody lived up to the part. It came together really well, and it was just a fun time. And each time that we played together, it's been fun, and it's the exact atmosphere that I was looking for when I first started out creating these servers. It is something that meets everyone's taste. Each one of our servers may look at them as seeing them similar, but there's very different. They're different in different ways.
Well, I've been in now 3 of them, and they are completely different. Even though it's the same base game, the approach that at least I have taken to each of them has been tailored to what the actual server is meant to be.
It is nice to play on a PvP server, and I'll say that my first foray back was on Realm, and that one is a 20 times server, if I'm correct. There,
That is correct. Yep.
And even a 20 times server for people who grind, for people that like the monuments and they're willing to run all the way across the map, they can be raid ready very quickly, you know. And so moving over to vanilla, like I have to say, like it's so nice, regardless of which server, the PvP, it's always non-toxic. And most of the players aren't there to kill every time I get to kill on site. They've got grinding to do of their own, and so they're very respectful. And I really enjoy that whole atmosphere.
Right.
The vanilla server for me gives me soul crushing anxiety because I can't get the meds. I need med kits or I can't perform.
Well, the grape smugglers can help you out.
I would like to say one thing. I'm the owner of 7 of the servers, and I'll tell you right now, I can't do it on my own. Every admin that I have is very much appreciated. Every player that plays on our servers makes our servers successful. It's the players that make the game. And it's through their support that we're able to do what we're doing. And I want to express my gratitude not only to my admins but to our players as well.
And in return for that, and to all of the people in the chat, Tom and I would like to donate a 3-month VIP subscription to one lucky winner who comments on the upload of this video.
Ooh.
Well,
dun dun dun. She just upped the stakes, y'all.
So after this video uploads and you see it posted, whoever's interested, Budda can make up whatever kind of comment he wants to see down there, and that will enter you into the potential drawing for the for a 3-month VIP if you're interested. Now, if you're not really interested, save it for someone who would be.
Yeah, if there's anybody out there that plays Rust and would like to come play with us, and you hear we play on both PvE and PvP servers, and they're all a lot of fun. This is something that you might want to think about getting busy with.
And those VIPs are worth it.
Absolutely. The best money I've spent other than the game purchase in ages.
Well, I appreciate it. That's a compliment that I take it as a compliment. Means that as a server owner, as an admin, as a player, it means so much to me to hear that type of feedback from, not only friends, but, we've only known each other for a small period of time. And it's like you opened up your group to me and it made me feel like family. So it is an honor. And it's players like you, it's people like you that I do what I do because, as Budda was saying, this is a 24/7 type deal that we were involved in. Just because we're not online doesn't mean that we're not working in the backgrounds to keep the servers going. It's dedication because I'll tell you right now, we do offer VIP packages. Not one single dollar goes into my pocket. Everything that we take in as donations goes back to making these servers what they are. And it's through the support of individuals like Glittery Bell. It's individuals like Tom and Budda and so many of our other VIPs that make this happen for us. and it's a way for me to give back to the gaming community and to the people that play on our servers.
And that's why we love you, and that's why we love your servers. That attitude right there, guaranteed, hands down.
Absolutely. And that's what keeps me, which traditionally I hate mouse and keyboard games. Like I am right there with Mr. Walter Slaughter. I like my controller, and yet I still play this. And now I'm going back into other games, and now I'm grabbing those, setting my hand up for the WASD right there. So,
I'm finally winning him over.
Until you play Diablo, and then you start setting your fingers on 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, don't do that to me. Baby steps.
That's
Baby
true.
steps.
I don't know what I'd do though if I had to click forward in front of me to run in Rust.
I think it'd make for an interesting gameplay.
I think it would too. Shh, don't say it too loud. Face punch. Blah 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 blah. Don't.
Face Punch does a good enough job ruining their own game. They don't need any help.
Yeah, we won't talk about that quite yet, right? What we were talking about today.
There you go. There's another VIP in chat. Ando.
Yeah, there's Ando.
Hey, Sarge.
Ando's there. There's actually 3 or 4 people that play in there. That play on Wise Dragon servers. And there's a few more too that need to come join us more. Onyx. Oh, so anything else interesting about like how so we know that you started out with the 1 and 2 servers with Ben and all that. When was it time to just go full on cock and balls out, and we're going to start running multiple servers on our own?
Well, it's kind of funny how that all came about. I had a player that played with our group for a while who decided he wanted to run a server on our servers because he was so disappointed with some of these other server providers and the cost that they were paying for and the lack of performance that they were getting out of the servers that they were renting. So, and his name is Dragon Beast. You may see him pop on once in a great while. He's much older than I am. He's in frail condition health-wise, but he used to rent a server from us. So when he had to back away from the server, I took over that one. And then, which brought us from 2 to 3. And then as time went on, we kept adding one. I'm a co-owner of New Life, Predator Hunter, played on a Dragon Beast server. He played on my servers for quite some time. And then he decided that he liked to get into hosting his own server. And I kind of talked with him, and he said, yep. I gave him a deal that it was hard to pass up, and now we have New Life, and he's not able to be here tonight. He would have liked to been in the audience with us, but he's been so overwhelmed with just how good a product that we're putting out that he's put full trust in me with making decisions for his server. And that kind of thing, and it's individuals like that that's made all of this come possible. That's willing to put trust in my abilities, and then where I don't have knowledge. Just a few months ago, Razor's been playing on our servers for a while, and someone had mentioned to me, well, you really need to talk to him. He knows what he's doing. And I reached out to him, got to talk to him, and instantly liked him and made him an admin on the servers. Where my knowledge falls, Razor's been able to pick up to pieces and fix up and has developed he took Realm and turned it around, and he's going to take Exterminator and turn that one around, and through his help and through his knowledge of code writing and everything else like that, it's just fell into places, and then I've always wanted to get into streaming, but just never had the opportunity or the time to do it. And all of a sudden we have Buddha Rocks comes on to one of the servers, and he's playing, and I get to meet him. And I think the very first day that he was on the server, I dropped in on him unannounced and just greeted him to the server. And
scared the living shit out of me, by the way.
And just talking with him, and you know, things just fell into place. And now I have this bigger family that I can turn to and look to, and with their moral support, their friendship, their willingness to help where they can. And it's, again, I can't stress just how grateful and gratifying it is to have this group of people come together under our banner and support us in their own ways and their own means, and whether it's financial or just a pat on the back, hey, you're doing a great job on the servers. It just drives me to want to serve more and provide more for the public.
Well, you guys are doing an insanely good job, and we'll plug into this story more. The next that we're going to want to hear about is kind of where it goes from here. But normally we play this game called That's the Answer. But I was talking to Fernan earlier today, and he mentioned that or we got to the long story short, we got this idea where we would replace it with a funny little bit called hashtag admin life. All right. Okay. And so, yeah. And so basically the way this works is we'll let Fernan and Razor, we're going to give these guys a few minutes together, and they'll take turns back and forth. And so how it's going to play out, Fernan, is we'll start with you, and you're going to make a funny statement about what it's like running these servers and things like that. And then, every sentence every statement needs to be ended with hashtag admin life. All right. And we'll go for a few minutes. We'll see how many you guys can do back and forth. Y'all ready? Does this sound fun?
This sounds fun.
All right. You guys, Fernan, go ahead. You start.
Base is on the road. Hashtag admin life.
Why? Players reading the rules. Hashtag admin life.
Truth.
Players taking over other players' bases. Hashtag admin life.
Players trying to wall off monuments. Hashtag admin life.
Trying to think of one.
Now you can say pass too if you want.
Help, admin, I lost my stuff. Can I get it back? Flash. Hashtag admin life.
That's a good one. I've personally seen that.
I didn't know. Hashtag admin life.
Read the rules. I can't read. Hashtag admin life.
I remember that situation. Admin, you sure I can't build on the road? Hashtag admin life.
Ooh, I have one that I've seen as we were playing.
Go.
Well, admin, just go ahead and remove my base on the road. Hashtag admin life.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
The response? Yeah. Admin abuse. Hashtag admin life.
Why do you have it in game if it's a bannable offense? Hashtag admin life.
I didn't know he wasn't an NPC. Hashtag admin life.
Why are there 200 chickens out my base? Hashtag admin life.
Hashtag Fernan life.
I didn't remove your base. Hashtag admin life.
Someone raided me. My base is gone. Hashtag admin life.
On a PvE server, nonetheless.
Admin, what's the command for this? Hashtag admin life.
Admin, if I don't play in 8 days, will I lose my base? Hashtag admin life.
Admin, my friend's over here. Can you teleport me to him? Hashtag admin life.
These are all good.
This is funny.
Trying to think.
Admin, I died. Can you teleport me to my body? Hashtag admin life.
Admin, can you increase the home ownership, home bases to 10? Hashtag admin life.
Instead of buying the VIP for $5 a month.
Admin, this add-on isn't configured exactly the way I think it should be done. Hashtag admin life.
We were just talking about that.
Admin, I can't find the server on the server list. Hashtag admin life.
Admin, can you spawn me 6 helicopters? Hashtag admin life.
Does that really happen?
Yes, I've actually had someone ask for more than 6 helicopters at once.
Wow. AKA admin, would you please lag out the server for everybody?
Well, and here's the thing a lot of people don't understand with our servers. Except for Darkness, all the other servers are on the same physical box. So when you start lagging one server, you're lagging all the rest of the servers as well.
Hashtag dickhead.
Well.
Never get in a helicopter with Fernan? Hashtag admin life.
No, that's hashtag survivor skill right there. How to Survive in Rust by Glittery Bell. Never get into a flying object with Fernan. The end.
It's the only man I know that can fly a Chinook helicopter inverted.
Oh yeah, it
I'm
was
not
inverted.
gonna
And it
lie,
was inverted for a while.
That add-on is horrible. Like, it's great and horrible at the same time. The flight controls in that game, or for that, is horrible.
Actually, in the instance that they were talking about, that was the CH-47 that I spawned in through the console. It had nothing to do with the heli commander. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay, hold on. Let's set the scene here. I'm in my base. Tom's working on his base. Glittery Bell's just learning the game. And all of a sudden, we hear on TeamSpeak, Fernan says, hey, let's go for a ride. And there's noise outside in the compound. So we go out, and in the one little spot that doesn't have anything built on it, there's a bucking Chinook half-ass in the compound. So I grab an M249 and get in the back, and we all get in, and that was it. That's
I took off and we inverted.
Yep. And it threw me out, and I ended up dying, and I don't know where the hell my body went.
To be fair, and in Fernan's defense, he's like, can anybody fly one of these things? And nobody volunteers. So he's like, okay, I'll fly. And I'm like, okay, great. He was just trying to give someone else the opportunity before he took over. In my mind, I'm like, this is totally safe. This is totally fine. And we make it like maybe like 100 or maybe like 50 to 100 feet outside of the wall of the compound that we reside in game. And, you know, then he goes sideways and then we fall out and then we die. But when you pull up your body's location It tells me my corpse is like freaking 7,000 feet or meters away from me. And I'm like, we were like 10 feet outside the base. How the hell am I that far away? He dropped me at the bottom of the ocean somewhere. So if any of you go diving and you find a random dead body, it's probably mine.
Yeah. I don't know where mine is. I ended up way up in the atmosphere and falling.
That was so funny.
Yes.
That would have been a good one to stream.
Well, I remember I was recording with the cinematic controls for that whole night. So,
oh, cool.
Video coming very soon. Well, soon. That's a lot. That's 2.5 hours of footage to go through with Rust. It takes so long for the textures to load in on that video or on that file.
And with that note, the last one that I can think of, admin. Can I be an admin on your server? I want to be an admin. Hashtag admin life.
Okay, Razor, one more.
Admin, can you make it daytime? Hashtag admin.
/vote day.
/vote day. That's right.
/info.
You know, on a semi-serious note, before we end this segment, which by the way was very fun, I enjoyed it. The developers, the studio, the developer for Rust, the name is anybody?
Gary.
Face Punch. Right? That's the name, Face Punch.
Yep.
So, example. Hey, we've buffed the military scientists, our military tunnel scientists. The name's Face Punch. Like everything that they do is like a slap to the face, like the gyrocopters. which maybe we'll get into later. But right now it is time for the news again. Miss Bell, what do you got for us?
Okay, so some real life news. And I don't have a whole hell of a lot to share this time, so this one will be quick and abbreviated. Some real life news, though. One of the biggest and my favorite, and while I'm not personally impacted by it, it's still an interesting notion. Florida is, and as most of you know, Tom and I live in Florida, and so does Walter. Florida is going to do away with Common Core math.
Common Core math. This is the scourge of our society.
Yep. So there is currently a proposition proposed. The Florida governor is proposing legislature that would get rid of Common Core math and, go back to the way it was taught to pretty much all of us.
Oh, that would be a dream come true.
So, real math.
Yes, real math.
Real math, like 2 + 2 is 4.
Yep. I don't understand. I never understood the whole Common Core math. It seems like, to me, I equate it with shelling sunflower seeds. So much damn work for such a little reward. Get so little out of it.
It basically just fills time needlessly.
Yep.
So I thought that was an interesting one. Partial government shutdown was partially reopened, which we covered last week. So fortunately, those that serve in civil servant jobs, as well as the Coast Guard and people are in branches of the armed service that don't fall under DoD, are now receiving paychecks again. So that's awesome. That's incredible.
Yay.
And then some more lighthearted and fun news. I guess there's some kind of big football game this weekend.
I didn't hear that. Did you hear that?
I don't know. I don't sports, so.
Yeah, me neither.
Maybe
what
the
sports?
Super Bowl.
Oh shit! Is it really time for the frickin'
Yeah.
Super Bowl again?
Yeah.
And
Yes,
it's in
sir.
Atlanta, so it's concerning to me that you don't know that.
Maybe I
least I
did,
think
and I
it's in
just
Atlanta.
ignored it because you know what? This is about. I mean, the Super Bowl. That's really quick. That's second only to when the Grateful dead would come to town.
So I have an
Are you a
issue
deadhead
with,
or not?
Fuck no, that's the point.
Oh. I wasn't sure. You're of an appropriate age.
Yeah.
I have an issue with a national so-called football league that would support domestic violence by rehiring victim or perpetrators that
Yeah.
that victimized their wives, went to prison and rehired them, or really just kind of discredit womanhood altogether through the means of cheerleaders and that kind of thing. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Well, I was never a huge NFL fan. I am a college football fan. The only pro sport I watch is soccer, and that's more of a family thing than an out and out tie to the sport. But when Vic was convicted of owning the dogfighting rings and then was brought back into the NFL, I sort of felt like just burn the bitch down. I no longer care.
Right.
So that was my big separation. But I mean, the Super Bowl does bring about some decent commercials. So that's always interesting.
I will have to say I do like the Super Bowl commercials. They do a wonderful job at that time of year with the commercials. It's like some of the Christmas commercial time.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the Christmas themed commercials as well. But no, I really do have an issue with a national league, as they're called, permitting the behavior of a lot of their players. The football field isn't a time to protest the government or what have you. They're getting paid millions of dollars to play a game. They should go out there, respect the national flag and what have you. But a lot of the things that's gone on in the NFL has just gotten out of hand. And I stopped watching professional football 3 years ago because of it.
Yeah. It's like anything else nowadays. It's a giant cash grab. And it's entertainment in its purest form, and it's entertainment in its worst form too. But you can say that a lot of things, really.
That's true.
That's the way everything is, and unfortunately, it's that's the good thing about freedom, I guess, is my point is, we all have the freedom to not watch it and not support it and things like that. And unfortunately, that whole thing goes, I won't say disrespected, but unrespected.
Right.
So, and while this sparked some interesting conversation, this is just kind of a little brief overview of some of the entertainers, and that's in quotation marks, that we can expect to see in the days leading up to the NFL, or to the NFL heavens, to the Super Bowl. And a lot of these are going to be broadcast on Sirius XM's Super Bowl channel, but they're kind of all in Atlanta, and that's the advertisement. So a few of them are Jenny McCarthy, who I'm avidly against for reasons that we don't have time to discuss in this show. Luke Wilson, from the guy that looks like all those other guy actors, that who he is and can't really place him. Although I know him from Legally Blonde, but maybe that says something about me.
I know him from some movie where he was one where he was a cop, I guess, and one where he was a pot dealer.
The one I know him most notably for is Legally Blonde. Sarah Michelle Gellar, who I didn't even know was still alive, to be quite honest. Backstreet Boys and Kevin Hart will be performing on the Radio Row. Ludacris. Now, I would pay good money to go see Ludacris perform, but he will be performing at the Super Bowl EA Sports Bowl at the State Farm Arena yesterday.
He hasn't had a hit since like 2002.
Hey, BUDDANATION. That's all you got to.
Listen,
Oh man.
don't come at Ludacris. He is ahead of his time.
Oh.
One of my favorites.
I'm gonna have to restart, I think.
Yeah, I just got booted.
Well, while
10
that's coming
zeros.
back in, Russell Wilson, who I have no idea who that is, and Sierra. T.I. is going to be performing. Migos is going to be performing. Tommy Lee and Future will be there and performing.
I've seen all of Tommy Lee. Oh wait,
not that Tommy Lee.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead will be there. Kat Graham will be there. So the national anthem singer this year is going to be Gladys Knight, which I think is great. I mean, who doesn't like Gladys Knight?
Gladys
Lil
Knight in the
Jon is going to
Pips.
be there. Who I did see Lil Jon in Philadelphia when I was like high school senior or college freshman. Probably one of the most fun times I don't remember.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love Lil Jon. It's not even funny.
What?
And I think I heard rumor that Maroon 5 was the halftime show guest. Or one of them. Yep. Maroon 5 is the headliner. Who for whatever it's worth, take it or leave it, I like Maroon 5.
They're not bad. What was that one? Weren't they the one that had that, I want my money back, give me my money back, bitch, something like that?
Doesn't sound familiar.
Or was that bad? I don't know. Maybe I got it mixed up with something else. But I don't know. What's their biggest hit or their most famous hit?
I mean, they've been kind of on and off the scene since probably 04-ish. So I don't know what their biggest hit is. Their most recent... Well, so they sang the song Animals, which was used in several car commercials and so on recently. Oh, Lord. Tom's got his gun out.
Yep. Yeah, we got to take care of a little technical issue here, folks. Just never mind the gunshots.
A man in a pinstripe suit holding a shotgun. That's not something you ever plan to see on the Budda Show.
Hey,
Sure, I'd be
Fern,
worried.
get off the chair, please.
You probably want to move, Fernan, so you don't get caught in the crossfire, bud.
No medics are on duty.
You're going to have to use the... There you go. Come over here. There you go.
So, Maroon 5 will be joined by Travis Scott and Big Boy, who is from Atlanta. So,
oh no,
that's pretty exciting to see local talent who have made it national be able to come back. I think that's got to be awesome.
The following broadcast may
for anyone who
contain
doesn't
adult
know,
language
Ludacris is always from the
and
Atlanta.
childish
Is
behavior.
also from the Atlanta metro area.
Nanny. Boo boo.
Some of the songs from Maroon 5
Ass bags.
Will Be Loved, Hard to Breathe, Moves Like Jagger, One More Night, Payphone, Sugar.
It's Friday night.
Wonder,
Once again,
Map,
it's time
Animals.
for the Budda Show.
They actually have a 20-year.
Tonight, we welcome the Wise Dragons gaming staff for an exclusive look behind the business of gaming server. Sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulties. Good Lord. Go ahead, Bill.
No, that's okay. I was just listing off a couple of Maroon 5's top hits. They sold over 53 million albums, 48 million singles. Some of their singles include This Love, which is one of their first hits. She Will Be Loved, Harder to Breathe, Moves Like Jagger, One More Night, Payphone, Sugar, Makes Me Wonder, Maps, and Animals are some of their top hits.
I think Animals was the one I might have been thinking about. Unfortunately, we don't have the rights to play any of that. You know, wish we did, but we're not there yet, unfortunately, folks. What did Tom do? Well, based on the new YouTube guidelines, we had to do it off the air. But when we crash out like that or get kicked from the server, which happens from time to time, the instance of our previous character ped was there before, and it remains there. And so the only way to get rid of it is to do what we did. I mean, you can look at the studio and see what's going on, but unfortunately, I persist over there, which this is a little creepy, but wow. Sorry to upstage your news story there, Miss Bell.
No, that's all right. It was just a little coverage for those who may be interested in the big football game. I mean, we'll probably watch some of it, or at least have it playing in the background, because for as much shit as we give Budweiser and as much as I hate Budweiser, their commercials are always really cute.
They definitely do a good job on the commercials, that's for sure.
Yeah, but you know what? Like they do a good job on the commercials. I think though the best one was actually the Remembrance of September 11th. Like they put out one. It wasn't on for very long, but I'm sure you could find it on YouTube. Like, and it was like a tribute to everybody that lost their lives on September 11th.
Mine's the one where the golden retriever is trying to run with the Clydesdale. Significantly less meaningful, but I like it.
I can't remember one. I think the one that I like was the Clydesdale throwing snowballs. That's one that I liked. I think that was it or something like that. And then the older horses came over under the tree and kicked it and dropped a bunch of snow on the young one or something like that.
Wasn't that the one that for the Christmas one at one time?
I think so. So. It was, who knows? It's TV is always a blur, right?
Right.
I mean, the commercials, so. All right, Belle, anything else there?
Nope, those are the big key highlights. While I'm sure there's more important things to discuss in news and government, that kind of shit just pisses me off, so we don't talk about it here.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Absolutely. All right, well, we're going to take a little break here and hear from our friends, the Boscarelli family, and we'll be back in a minute. Do you play popular games like Grand Theft Auto, PUBG, Fortnite, and more?
You suck at those games and stop being a loser who gets laughed at out of the game? You want to be the best at something that doesn't change your real life dweeb shlomo living hood adjacent in your mom's basement social status?
Then you need to visit Help I'm a Pathetic Loser and Need Help Cheating at Games I Suck at.mafia.org/modded game account /nothing too illegal to see here.
Hi, I'm Vinny, hung jury Boscarelli.
And I'm Georgie 3-Nips Boscarelli.
For the Boscarelli Family Gaming Institute of Higher Game Fixing.
We love gaming.
And hate losing.
Yeah, so we started a school with what then weekend swindle.
No, Georgie, you can't say that. You gotta say the other thing.
Right. I mean, help other gamers become winners by offering them legal modded gaming accounts to give them the edge that the average schmucko doesn't have the cojones or the big boy skills to muster for himself.
That's right, Georgie. We got all sorts of them modded accounts for those popular games that these kids are playing online. Need to gain an edge over the competition in your fave first-person shooter? We got you covered.
Yeah, maybe you're a casual gamer who enjoys trolling the gabagool out of randos because you're a pathetic, miserable schmucko scumbag. Get one of our patented, not illegal modded accounts, and you'll be griefing other players in no time flat, like the lame-o potato-sucking jerk-off you can't help but be.
Our website checkout system and delivery are second to none, and your information is protected and safe.
We take your info security safely, because how else would we keep it secure to swindle
Georgie, remember the thing that the lawyer Stooley told.
I mean, store your info securely to make future purchases a breeze.
We also offer a loan shark program where you can buy modded accounts and pay as you go without simple credit option.
That's right. Simply put, you sign on a dotted line and pay us back with a 200% interest VIG, or we take your limbs.
Off your trees and hold them limbs until you bring those accounts current.
That's right, so visit us on the dark web today at help I'm a pathetic loser and need help cheating at games I suck at.mafia.org/modded game account /nothing illegal to see here. Once again, that's help I'm a pathetic loser and need help cheating at games I suck at.mafia.org/modded game account /nothing illegal to see here. And start winning today.
Hey, honeys, you listening to the Budda Show right here on Q92 WCTR, honey. That's the only place for talk radio worth hearing, baby.
And we are back.
Welcome back.
That's right.
What up?
This is so creepy. With seeing the high C fruit punch spilled on the floor. One of the plate glass windows is broken out, and my alter ego is over there in the chair, just passed out. Fuckery is always in my streams, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't escape even the B3 show. Oh my goodness. Tom, you know what time it is, buddy?
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Time for me to get
That's
angry.
right. It's a quarter till, and it's time for your weekly rant.
So, I believe it was last week we covered Metroid Exodus, right? Last week?
That
Last
is
week and
correct.
the week before, we briefly touched on it the week before as well for Metro Exodus.
Game looks badass. Gonna run on badass graphics. Like, they are really going over the top. Unfortunately...
But wait, there's more.
Oh, yeah, there's more. The company, I forgot off the top of my head which actual company owns them, decided that after months of sitting on pre-order on Steam, they have pulled from Steam and decided to go to Epic at a discounted rate.
What does that mean for our specs?
You have to download the shitty Epic launcher that installs all kinds of crap on your computer if you want to play that game.
Gotcha.
Like, I think it's grimy as shit that they decided that, okay, oh, it's sat on Steam. Now, I understand that Steam's premium to have something on Steam is higher, right? So they decided to go to Epic, which I believe is 12 or 13% compared to Steam's 30%.
I'm surprised they just didn't make a deal with Discord, honestly.
And okay, and then argumentatively they decided to drop the price on Epic. The only win coming out of that is now Epic has changed their return policy to mirror Steam's. So now with Epic, you could get the game and you have the 2 hours and 14 days, I believe it is, to return the game if you don't like it. Now, the biggest difference, which I believe is worth the $10 to have it on Steam versus Epic. Epic, you cannot review a game. So if you're on the fence and you do not have all the creative outlets and everything, and you rely on good player reviews when you're deciding to drop $60, $50 on a game, like, that's a big deal to me. So that extra $10 could save me from making a $50 mistake. And with Epic, they have no intention of ever letting customers review the games you purchase through them.
Which I think is just insane, because I thrive on interviews. That too, but reviews, though. I mean, in all seriousness, I learned my lesson. I don't buy games anymore unless I've checked it out thoroughly, and those reviews help to an extent.
I mean, well, and think about how many times in life, though, like, you look at reviews where you're going to make a purchase, whether it be a coffee pot, or I just bought a new controller for my computer, and I went through tons of reviews on which all these different controllers, because there's like 80 different companies that make controller, like Xbox controllers. So I'm looking at through this one and that one and that, and I'm reading the reviews. Oh, like it wore down in 3 months. And when I see 100 reviews that say, oh, it wore down in 3 months, I'm going to tend to believe that it wore down in 3 months, And the same goes for the game. Like, that's a lot of money to put out of your pocket before we go to the microtransaction route to not have an objective review or multiple objective reviews. Yeah, like Gaming says he uses YouTube, but how many of those are biased? How many of those people actually got the game discounted or anything for their review?
Or are purposefully giving a less than stellar review, even though they play it all the time and they like it. They want the views, so the negativity. We saw that with a game that we're not allowed to talk about on the show, according to Walter.
It's true. How many people that was all the press, and everybody jumped on the bandwagon with negative reviews, despite you watched their gameplay as they were talking, and it's like, you're a level 100 and something. Like, you grinded the shit out of that. Yeah. So don't tell me that this game is as bad as you say it is when you're spending that much time in game.
Yep. But see, on the same token, the same can be said for Steam too. You just have to take it for a grain of, with a grain of salt. If it's, okay, great, it sucks. You're going to go on for 15 minutes about how much it sucked, but you're not saying why it sucked. That's an obvious, I just want to be a dick about it because I'm mad because I bought a game my computer won't run. That's usually the case, right?
Oh, I totally agree with that. But look, as users of Steam, like the purchasing, like the transaction from beginning to end has always been very favorable for me, at least. I don't know about you guys, but even gifting games, like things like that, it's just been beautiful. Get to attach your little note to things. Here you go, I got this for you. Or here you get, like, getting that little pop-up that says, this person has gifted you this. Or I don't know. I think that the premium that Steam commands or goes for shows back in its product. Whereas Epic decides, okay, we're going to put all this bloatware and all this other nonsense on your computer because we can.
Yep.
So it's funny that it's funny, but I happened to take note last night, knowing what your rant was going to be, because we talked about it a couple days ago. I happened to take notice last night. I was kind of cleaning up my hard drive, as I do from time to time, where, I want to make sure I have plenty of room available. I was installing a fairly large game file last night and thought I'd go through and clean things up beforehand. And mind you, I did give Fortnite a try. I didn't hate it, but it's also not for me. I prefer much different kinds of graphics in my gameplay. And I cannot stand being shot by a 5-year-old. Like, no. Where the fuck are your parents, young man? But I happened to take note that though I had already uninstalled Epic's launcher, and I uninstalled, Fortnite with it, and there was a battle game we liked from that was on the Epic. I can't remember, like a battle royale arena type game that we played briefly that I really did enjoy playing, actually, but I can't recall the name of it off the top of my head. Somehow I'm sure Prony would know, or Conscript would know, but nonetheless. So as I'm cleaning up my hard drive last night, I see something labeled either Epic or Fortnite in a random files folder. Knowing I'd already gotten rid of everything, and it shows you the pop-up before you delete it, like you're gonna uninstall and remove all files associated, and you're like, yeah, okay, great, that's exactly what I want. Perfect, please do this. And last night there was a random 20 gig file folder sitting in one of the random sub folders on my D drive that was something labeled Fortnite or Epic. So just random 20 gigs, it was hogging it up there. though I'd already uninstalled everything associated
20
with it.
gigs. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, GTA 5, just the vanilla without any mods, is right around 70. So you're talking almost a third of that for whatever they had left over installed.
For some nonsensical file that didn't actually have any benefit. And obviously wasn't part of the integral game files, otherwise in theory it would have been removed. So I just thought that was kind of funny that, you know,
That you find that kind of thing on there, yeah. Same thing with Fallout. I still can't, like, I was able to actually go in and do some trickery and delete things and got it off my computer, but the actual folder still exists. And I've tried a number of different things that have been suggested by Bethesda tech support, and the file folders remain. I cannot uninstall them. How crazy is that? All the contents is gone. Just the main folders I can't delete.
Yep.
Gotta love it.
So that's where I was going with that. The fact that now these companies are hijacking us to install this crap onto our computers that we try to keep meticulous, right?
Yep. And it's hard, especially being a content creator, streamer, or an admin. You know, 4 terabyte hard drives filled with logs and all kinds of stuff. Hashtag admin life.
So what do? Back up everything you have to wipe your hard drive constantly?
That's where does it stop? You know?
And you know if it goes down to the microtransaction route that there's going to be just another whole host of bullshit that's going to be here, click this user agreement that nobody freaking reads, and it'll be adding shit to your toolbar, and forget it. Like search engine stuff. Nope.
Oh, I find it funny. There was a study, I forget exactly who did it, but it was at a public like coffee Wi-Fi spot. They temporarily changed the user agreement to include, I think it was 10 hours of community service cleaning public toilets, to see how many people actually read end users license agreements for even public Wi-Fi's. And out of, I think they said there was 1,200 people, less than 100 people actually knew that cleaning was in there.
Yeah, literally never once read one of those things.
And now they're pissing me off by making me scroll all the way down before they'll let me hit agree.
Right.
Just let me be agreeable.
What's next? Each section's going to have an individual checkbox?
Yep. Or it'll be, you can't click agree until you've been on this page for X amount of time.
Yay.
At that point, I probably just forget whatever endeavor I'm in the middle of and move on.
Cash grab and alienate your market. That seems to be the way things are going. Give me your cash and I'll go away, and we'll drop something later that you're going to give us more cash on.
Very true.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thank you there, Tom. That was pretty awesome, as always, sir.
And not one of my truly animated ones, but it was just something that like kind of ticked me off this week. Was it's affecting us more than we realize.
Yep. And it's by the time everybody is totally conscious of it and sick of it, it's going to be too late, because that'll be the new culture when it comes to gaming and that whole thing, right? So I knew something serious was up when you came in with your pinstripe suit and with the red handkerchief hanging out.
I thought I might have had to take care of this guy with toxic green hair sitting next to me. I knew I'd work it in. See, I told you before the show I was going to work that one in.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Belle, real quick, is there one last one you wanted to throw in real quick before we get back to Frodo and Razor? Or?
Oh, buckle up, guys. This one's gonna be fun.
All right.
So how I find this shit, I'll never know. People tag me in random stuff, send me random news articles, like, you know, any number of ways. But, so, there is a hotel over in a Dutch country. I don't think it actually tells me what country it's in. But this hotel room, for a night, you and your friend, you and your loved one, whoever you would choose to spend the night with, can stay in a hotel shaped like a bum and colon. Yep.
What is
like
this? Is this like the ass suite?
It is referred to as the Cass Anus Hotel.
Why?
Cass Anus, one word, hotel.
Wow.
Yep. And
It's for all the guys that want the butt play and they won't give it up.
Yeah, there
I'll
you
give
go.
it to you. Come here. We're going to go to this hotel room.
Tell me it has
So
stuffed gerbils in the room.
Shaped like an anus, and then attached to a form that looks like a human colon, just the right colon, which is anyway. The inside has a double bed and white, it's a white walled furnished, has a kitchen table, windows, and obviously a decent plumbing system. And that part is not lost. Oh, it's in Belgium. I'm sorry. It's in Belgium. So I thought this was interesting as hell, so I had to click on it and read. And I knew that you all had to know about it too. So for the price of 120 euros per night, or about 136 US dollars, you can spend one night in the Cass Anus Hotel. And that also includes your breakfast and a visit to one of their nearby art museums, where some of the artists that built the Cass Anus Hotel's work is also featured.
Is breakfast shit on a shingle?
I think that's a little too on the nose, if you
Come
will.
on, that was funny. That was good.
Hilarious. And not a bad question. I actually would love to know what they serve for breakfast.
Do they give you a choice of toilet paper, maybe? Like the executive rooms get Charmin.
No, in the couple of photos that show the interior, it's actually not. I mean, it's like a very clean white. There's a white dining table, lots of windows, white walls. It's very appealing looking on the inside. I am, however, sad to say that you enter through a random side of the colon and not through the anus.
Oh.
I feel like they really missed the mark there.
I mean, that just kills the whole humor in it. Or maybe they did that on purpose, right? Who knows?
Probably.
Who knows?
So they recommend booking about a week out. So if anybody finds themselves in Belgium with an extra $136 or 120 euros to spend, Google the Cass Anus Hotel.
You can go stay in
this came about during Oktoberfest. I know it had to.
Wow.
After a nice pub crawl, it'd be really cool, bro. Let's make a hotel like an anus.
I could not pass up sharing that with the class.
Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, I wish they would have the doors right there on the pucker hole, right? Because I can see here talking to the bellhops. Here, take these couples' bags up to their asshole. Oh Good Lord.
So bad. So bad.
So bad. I know. Well, hey, we were demonetized by Walter in the chat before the stream even got started. So.
He was excited about 12
went right to
inches.
yellow.
Just let him have it, man. No judgment.
Good Lord. Well, thank you, Miss Bell. Your news stories are interesting and set us up for our cheesy high school locker room humor. And we appreciate you for it. All right, so it's time for our final segment with Fernan and Razor over here. And, of course, the focus this time is plans for the future. Like for 2000, let's just focus on the remainder of the year, 2019. Where you guys want to be when 2020 rolls around?
Well, I myself would like to have even more servers, variety of games, game hosting. I know that long-term goal is I like to take it and expand Wise Dragons. You know, we're talking about running a couple other games other than the Minecraft servers and the Rust servers that we have currently now. But I would like to see us take it to the level that we're offering server hosting to other players who desire to host games as well. So, which is a big endeavor in itself, because you're talking about having to purchase in actual server boxes that can certainly give that a go, and that's part of our long-term goal too. Razor, you have any inputs or?
Well, in 20 years, yeah, I'd love to see Wise Dragon being able to provide a number of servers for different people, and it be an easy and streamless process, so that people don't have to worry about, is this going to happen or is that going to happen? That they can actually just kind of sit back and enjoy their server.
Right.
Okay.
But
so,
yeah,
go ahead.
That's my goal. It is to, you know, there you have these companies that are offering server hosting already, and I touched bases on this. I think the general public is getting ripped from these companies to host these games, because there is work involved, but it's nowhere where the resources that the boxes offer and the way they set them up, they're just getting ripped. I'd like to be able to kind of get into the market and offer services at a price that's affordable for everyone, just not a particular branch of individuals. Not everyone has extra dollars to throw at running servers, and I like to make it where it's affordable for individuals that are interested in hosting to do so.
I think I mean, you guys definitely have a good start, and I mean, obviously growing a lot is going to need, you know, a bigger admin team and all of that, but it seems to me like that comes along. The good players come along, the experienced players, the people who at least know the game and play the game well enough and have that mindset that of being helpful and believing in having a place that they enjoy playing in. You know, to be able to serve in that capacity as well. You know, and I'm talking about like more of the player admins, right? So,
right.
You know, not necessarily people who have a financial stake or an ownership stake or have been around for a long time as an admin. I've seen that happen a couple of times since I've been around. And to me, that just grows community, right? So it's interesting. It's to see where this is going to go, you know. And are you guys going to add more Rust servers, or are you talking about now? You're looking at focusing on what? How long have you had Rust servers now? A year, 2 years?
Actually, I've been running Rust servers for the last 5 years.
Okay, so with Wise Dragons, how long has those servers, the bulk of those servers, been up and public?
Most of them about 4 years now. There's just two that are one is under almost 2 years old. New Life is 2 years old. Will be 3 this summer, and the rest are right in that 4 or 5 year range.
Okay, so quite a while
Darkness
then. That's
is probably Darkness, the one that Razor's is probably what, 6 months, maybe 3.
Yeah, I'd say between 3 and 6 months. I've been running Rust servers long before Darkness, though. I have about a 3-year history with them.
So again, before we close, I do want to express there's admins that I haven't mentioned by name. I want to mention Reaper Dan. He's been with me for close now to a year and a half. He is. Each one of us have specific duties that we perform. Buddha Rocks is our production manager. Reaper Dan, he's in charge of, or is the server creator for server events. He's been a tremendous help. Each and every one of my admin have been tremendous help and have been part of the community at various stages. Some not so long. Some have been with me from the get-go. And like I said, it's through their work and their dedication that I'm able to do what I'm able to do. Our players make it so that we can do what we need to do. And of course, our financial supporters through our VIP packages, they help make it so that we can give back all the more. And the bottom line is, I'm so grateful for everyone that's involved in our servers, from players to admins to our co-owners. Every one of us have a place in our servers, and it's just a tremendous. When I hear players say, "Well, we love this server," that means so much to me, because it means that my admin, myself, and like Speedman, who works on the technical aspects of the servers, each one of us has a role, and when those roles are fulfilled, then I know that I'm doing something right, because the players relay it to me.
Where I'm sitting, you definitely are, brother. That's hands down. There's no question in my mind.
I could see well.
I just can't express it enough that each and every player means something to me, and it's it's a pleasure for me to be able to do what I'm doing in order to fulfill the needs of the player.
That's and that's the way all the servers should be ran. Razor, do you have any final thoughts?
I mean, I can see, definitely the community taking off, and it's nice to see people popping in and out of TeamSpeak with the changes that has gone through. But yeah, it's definitely nice to have everyone around and actually come play. We can't have a community without everyone else.
And the community as a whole, I mean, not just, server to server, but the community as a whole, there's the occasional tempers flare and attitudes and new players come along that don't that just don't understand what good community behavior is all about. Hashtag admin life. But for the most part, like even the PvP servers, everybody's nice. They're not. There's no toxicity in either the voice chat in game or in the text chat, and even the raids are done respectfully. And I mean, I won't go into details, but as a new admin, and Razor, you know the story now, and Fernan, he saw it too, and the way that they felt bad about raiding an admin base. I mean, if that doesn't say it about the PvP community at Wise Dragons, nothing else does to me. Well, we definitely appreciate you guys being on and sharing with us the history and where it's going. And I've been posting the links for both your Twitch channel, Razor, and the Discord and Wise Dragon's website in the chat there. And Belle, why don't you touch again real quick on what you had offered earlier?
So, for any lucky member of the audience or anyone who may watch the replay, if you're watching the replay, hi, I hope you've had a great week. Tom and I are going to donate a 3-month VIP subscription. Well, not really a subscription because it won't be recurring, but we're offering to purchase or give away, I should say, a 3-month VIP in the Wise Dragon Rust servers for any one person who chooses to comment on the upload of this video. And what do you guys think we should make, like a little phrase or something, or a hashtag or something like that for our giveaway?
That's a good idea.
I like the idea.
What should we make our little phrase?
Let's see. VIP something. Hashtag. How about just
Zombies
hashtag?
got it. Zombies got it. Admin life.
Hashtag admin life.
There you go. There you go. So on the upload.
So on the upload of this video, not right now, guys, not right now, but when this video reposts to YouTube and you can watch the playback in its entirety, I want you to go on there, and if you want to be entered in the giveaway and you're actually going to get on and play, you put hashtag admin life. And when do you think we should select a winner? Wednesday, maybe?
Well, you know what? Let's do this. Yeah, let's do it on Wednesday.
Yeah, because the new wipe is on the 7th, which is Thursday.
That's right.
Well, and then they could start after the new wipe.
Yep.
Does that sound fair?
On the 7th. Yep, absolutely.
Yep. All right, so we'll plan to do it on Wednesday. So Budda can figure out how to contact the respective person if they're the giveaway, the recipient, and then we'll coordinate with Fernan getting you guys set up.
We'll pin the
and that's from Tom and I.
Yeah, I will reply to the comment that wins, and we'll pin that comment for the winner, and I'll tag the winner in the comment. So we'll do it right on YouTube, and then we'll announce it elsewhere as well. That's very generous of you guys, absolutely. And for those of you who play Rust, come play with us. It's a lot of fun, and you won't find a better place to play. Guaranteed. These are not high pop servers right now. So if you're looking for that high pop experience, that's not really, honestly, Wise Dragons is not there, right, guys? I mean, these are not servers with hundreds of people on them.
Well, here's the good news.
Yet.
If you are looking to populate a server, bring your friends over to this one.
Yep, there you go. That's how what we've grown it. I remember one night recently after a Cuffs community night, we were all sitting there in TeamSpeak afterwards, and Fernan had made the observation that aside from one person in there, which was Ace, everybody else in that room plays on Wise Dragon's Rust servers, which is just awesome. And that's how community is made, right, guys? Cuffs community went over and we hooked up with Wise Dragons, and the family just grows, which is, there's nothing sweeter than that when it comes to gaming, at least for me.
Completely agree with that.
Absolutely. So, with that, episode 7 is pretty much in the bag, guys. Good
But I
job.
didn't get to ask if I could be an admin.
Hashtag admin life.
And oh no. He's been messaging me in game too. Can I be an admin?
Before we
Razor, if we go back to some of my older content.
Before we close out, I just want to thank you all again for allowing myself and Razor to partake in tonight's show. It means a lot to me. I'm sure it means a lot to Razor as well. Thank you all.
Well, on behalf of Buddha, I think I can say this. We thank you guys for taking time out of your Friday nights to come hang out. Not that you wouldn't be hanging out with us anyway.
And you know, staying up late too.
True.
Late. This is
Everybody knows that I have my bedtimes.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. You know, it used to be old folks at 11 in the morning would go and have coffee and pie or cake at frickin' Village Inn, right? Now it's old folks on TeamSpeak, groggy as hell, drinking coffee, playing Russ, and complaining about their pain, aches and pains, and how they feel like shit, right? So next week, folks, is an off week for us. It is the big bad Tom Fasulo's birthday coming up. Happy early birthday there, Mr. Tom.
Yep, happy early birthday.
Yep, and we're going to be getting together at an undisclosed location for a little private birthday celebration, which is this really 2 years in a row now, guys? Like second annual?
Yeah, this is our second annual.
Which is awesome. But we won't leave you without a show, basically. So next week, while we're gone, we will be doing a premiere. Be the first episode of our best of, and we'll get Tom and Bell over here. We'll all talk about it, and we'll put together something nice for you while we're gone. And then on the 15th, the following Friday, we've got Mr. Flack. And if you guys like Rust, you guys like sexy South African accents, this guy's hilarious. He's funny. He's got great content. And you guys aren't going to want to miss that. So thanks again there, Fernan and Razor. Thanks again, Tom and Bell. Love you guys. And thank you to all of you at home who have made this stream another success. We love you all. Why don't you say goodbye there, everybody?
Goodbye. Thanks.
Have a good night.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for being with us.
And we will see you guys on the 15th. Bye-bye.
Like, literally, you're listening to the only place for talk radio worth hearing, The Budda Show, right here on Q92 WCTR. Oh my God.